Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today, with 2025 having come to an end, I would just like to give you a little bit of a recap of some of my favorite experiences and photos from 2025, and also just give you an idea of where I'm at with my photography and this YouTube channel going into 2026. So I have to re-record this section of the video a couple days later while editing because I realized that my microphone glitched out when I first recorded this. Also, I actually noticed that I forgot to wear my glasses the entire time while filming the first section of this video, but that really doesn't matter. Anyway, for a little recap of the beginning of 2025, the first 2 months I was quite busy with school and other stuff, but I still managed to get outside and take photos a few times, and one of my highlights was definitely doing a bit of bird photography at the beginning of February. The couple of months after that were fairly normal. I filmed a few videos, went outside and took some photos, but the first big highlight of the year for me is almost always the City Nature Challenge, which is a big community science event at the end of April, beginning of May, where people in cities all over the world go outside on one weekend to document the biodiversity of their cities. And I've been co-organizing the City Nature Challenge in Berlin for 5 years now, and it's always a really exciting weekend, even though the focus is more on documenting as many different species as I can for me personally. Rather than taking photos, I still always get some nice photos of some of the interesting species we find, and some of my highlights this year were definitely this photo of an antlion buried in the sand, which is a really fun textural shot, a close-up of the eye of a spadefoot toad. Frog and toad eyes always have such amazing, intricate details. But definitely my highlight was, for me, getting some of my first ever photos of a tiger beetle, and I really like this portrait. This is probably one of my favorite photos of 2025 overall. After the excitement of this nature challenge, the rest of spring and early summer, I was able to get out a couple of times on weekends, and these few excursions brought some of my very favorite photos of 2025. Whether it's this shorefly with water droplets that I photographed one night, these two images of a blue damselfly that are both among my very favorites, and so many more photos taken in this season. With summer and the summer holidays came lots more adventure. The first few weeks I spent in Ireland with my dad, and you've seen one video recapping the first section of this trip where we were on the west coast and exploring the hills of Connemara, the Burren, the cliffs of Moher, and this is one of my favorite videos that I made this year, so please do check it out if you haven't already. But of course, there was a second part of this trip where we were in Belfast and the north of Ireland, and I am still planning to do a short video covering some of the photos and species that we found on that part of the trip. After Ireland, I was on the west coast of France for a few weeks, and while this was less of a photography-focused trip, I still got some video footage and photos that I'm really happy with, and since I'm not planning to do an entire video on this trip, I thought I would share them as a little montage here. After the summer, the rest of the year was fairly slow photography-wise, but I still had some great opportunities for inspiration and connecting with other photographers. First of all, having the opportunity to go to the wildlife photographer events in London for a second time with 2 highly commended images was absolutely incredible. And directly after that, the GDT Nature Photography Festival in the west of Germany. And both of these events were just incredibly inspiring and had so many chances to talk to other photographers, and in general just brought so much inspiration, and I came back from both of these events with so many new ideas from lots of amazing conversations. And in the couple of excursions that I managed to do in the last few months of 2025, I had a lot of fun experimenting a bit more than I usually did before with different lighting techniques or longer exposures. So yeah, in 2025, while I maybe didn't manage to get outside and take photos quite as much as I really would have loved to, it was still just incredibly full year with so many great experiences with lots of amazing people, and also definitely a year where I managed to get some of my favorite photos that I have ever taken. For 2026, the first 2 months will probably be a little bit slower with these videos, as the last 2 months have been, and that's just because I'm finishing up with high school. I've got final exams in April and May, so I just have to focus a little bit more on that, and there may be a couple less videos in these next couple of months. But after that, I've got loads of ideas and plans that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm hoping to, in general, with these videos with this channel, maybe expand a tiny bit from just the macro photography videos to sharing a few other kinds of photography when I experiment with those, and just generally taking you along on whatever adventures I get up to this coming year. So yeah, thank you very much for all of your support throughout 2025 and for following along with all of these videos. I hope you've enjoyed them, and if you would like to, please let me know which one of the videos that I made this year was your favorite. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.